フルカウンター
Alright boys, welcome back to the Grand Cross video. So we're going to go through how to clear extreme difficulty with by far probably the easiest and most free to play friendly team, because the boss can be quite tricky, because the way he does actually work, if you don't know, is during phase 1 he actually deals, or you deal more damage with AoE cards, but then on phase 2 you do more damage with single target. So you kind of want to build your team up to have AoE and single target, and that's where it can kind of get tricky, because obviously the way final bosses do work is you obviously want to bring basically full mono races, mega stat buff characters, which is why the actual Goddess team works so well, because they have insane stat creation with Margaret, obviously with Tamiel, with Sario and his relic. You get crazy stat buffs with that team, which is why the team is by far the best one. And you can kind of see the team I actually do use here, which is the full mono red, but also with Denzel and obviously the auto human. So we're gonna tick all the boxes here to get all the mega stat buffs with Twiggo, with obviously humans. Everything works so well, but also we're covering the AoE damage with obviously Purgatory Barn and his skills, I guess Arthur in some way. But obviously the final phase, which is when he does turn into a single target boss, this is where it can get kind of tricky, because he's quite tanky. He can also heal. He does obviously annoying debuffs as well, but we absolutely skip it, because Denzel, if you do get the character to tier 3, is kind of where the gimmick comes into it. If you get the character to a tier 3, rather than dealing main HP, he's now dealing max HP, which does mean the boss targets him 3 times and it deals 90% of his max HP, leaving him with 10% to where you can finish up in 1 or 2 turns. And that's kind of what we're going to go for. Now obviously this is by far not the best team to get a higher score with. However, if you are free to play or casual and you want to run this team, it is quite fast. It's actually ain't too bad, and to be fair, it's quite consistent as well. Getting a high score doesn't really mean too much, to be fair, because all you're trying to do is get top 60% just to get the 30 gems. It's the only thing you care about. And if you can beat extreme with decent HP like myself here, then you can probably get upwards to like 3k. Alright, so yeah, this is the team. We are going to have Tama link onto my actual Denzel. I actually did try use Eastern, which is obviously the red one, which actually did give us the actual way to remove debuffs. However, since she is level 60 or level 80, SA5, no UR gear, I only get around 3k points, even though I do clear the boss. Even though we do clear the mission, which gives us an extra 230 points, it is not worth it, because obviously you're losing HP, you're losing the synergy going with obviously the humans, so you're going to lose more HP not bringing Arthur, if that makes sense. Alright, so like I said, it's quite consistent. It's actually quite fun to do, especially during the last phase. But for phase 1, all you want to do is basically get obviously AoE cards. If you can get Denzel's ultimate, it's actually quite good. It does like 500k. Mine is 6.6, however, but it doesn't really matter too much here. If your bond, like I said, is 6.6, this is going to be probably even easier, because you can do a rupture, where mine is 1 away, so I'm not doing a rupture, which is probably better for the video, because I won't be able to one-shot. So what I normally do here is this here, as just move this way. Now you can turn up it off if you want to. You kind of mix between the both, and that's kind of why we're bringing Tom Link onto the actual Denzel, because they always target him first, as you can see right here. And yeah, that's kind of fine. If he gets a bit low, it doesn't matter, because we can keep him a barn. And if we want to drain him, because if they do get ultimates, they are going to deal quite a lot of damage, but also deal max lower HP, which you don't want to do here. So the red is going to get ultimate this turn, so we're going to taunt up here and then deal 1 AoE and then merge the actual stance effect. So remember, we have to get a tier 3 stance by phase 2. You can go 1 or 2 turns in phase 2 without getting a stance effect, or at least get a tier 3. But you know, to get an optimal score and to clear it fast, obviously you want to get a tier 3. Not the best hand. I'm probably just gonna rush Barnes ultimate now, just to deal some good damage. I believe the fastest I've cleared phase 1 is around like 2 or 3 turns, depending on how good RNG is with Barn. Also, I guess with the actual single target Denzel card, you don't want to, but if you can, keep it to a tier 3, because that will help during the final phase. Because the counter only deals 90% of the max HP, you still have to deal 10% damage. And to be fair, Barn can do okay damage. Okay, we got a nice little hand here. What I might do actually now is actually use a tier 1 just to do extra damage. Although it's probably not really the best. But I guess, yeah, we'll do it anyway, because we might as well get rid of the cards. Alright, so a little tip as well for Arthur. He actually does get kind of weak sometimes, especially if you keep on taunting. Unless you have his relic, then he can obviously recover when he gets below 20%. His actual AoE cards, because it is increased damage AoEs, he actually doesn't recover a lot of HP. So you want to save for a tier 2. We're going to do this, and I guess we're going to use Denzel's card here just to get the ultimate and deal more damage AoE. So like I said, Barn did kill there. If it was Rupture, we did crit though. Sometimes he doesn't crit. But if it was Rupture, that would have killed the whole team. Probably gotten you more points as well, because obviously it is, because you are are dealing more damage here. So we have got a good hand here, so I think we just do this. If you want to, do use the ultimates, because next phase he actually does remove the card, so you might as well. We're going to also keep the actual Barn card, because although Barn's AoE next turn's not going to deal too much damage, it will do. Oh, actually, now I think I should have probably used it. Okay, then might have killed him with active alpha. Alright, so yeah, now we've got tier 3, and you'll see the magic the guy does is quite fun. We literally just one-turn him. Okay, to say, really good that we got an AoE card here. We actually kind of want that. Okay, so really good that we got a Barn card here, because that'll give us more HP when the turn ends, and recover HP, because the boss still does damage, but not too much. But, you know, every missing HP you have missing, you're going to lose some points here. So just taunt up here, so you'll see, look, I don't know why he targets the Denzel, maybe because he's like low HP, lower stats, so you might want to work around that, but you'll see right now that he is going to always target the Denzel. Does do AoE card, which is fine. There we go, 1 debuff, 2 debuffs, and then next turn, yeah, AoE as well. So he's guaranteed 2 attacks here. And then you'll see right now, boom, 90% of HP gone. Quite easy, quite fun as well. And then now what you want to do is do single target damage of obviously Denzel. And I guess Barn, because he does have max HP or max orbs here, it will probably do enough damage just to kill him. So you see how kind of tricky it is, right? Okay, we might not even kill it. Okay, wait, did we kill? Let's hope we kill. Okay, we did kill, but if you didn't, that to a corrosion carries over for 2 turns, so you actually just kill the next turn, but you'll probably lose a bit of HP. So yeah, that's how quick and easy the boss fight is if you are going to bring Denzel to free to play. By far, probably the best thing you can do, because Denzel, you don't have to build up too much here, as long as he deals a lot of damage. Okay, so we got 3.2, so I'm missing around 200 points from our actual highest score, and like I say, if you build a team up more, if you get the character you argue, which I wouldn't recommend, but if you want to, then you can probably get up to like 3.6, 3.5, 3.8 even, maybe you're pushing it, but there's no point, because like I said, you only want to get obviously top 60% just to get the 30 gems. And in terms of getting the high score, you can see I've done it in a few runs. It's quite easy, not that bad. So I definitely recommend this team if you have got Denzel or the Barn team built up. It's quite fun as well. But if you want to know the best team to farm it, this is by far probably the fastest team. Escanor, you know how he is. He just absolutely nails the team. He's got AoE and a single target, and even though he deals less damage with single target skills, it probably does enough anyway. And we are going to be bringing Shin to rank up and do a good AoE damage. Kitsuna to buff up and obviously do AoE damage. Like, the team just works as a word to clear fast. I haven't actually done it just yet, but I believe it should be quite fast, I'm assuming, right? If we do this right now, next turn we get tier 3. How much damage do we do here? And we haven't got the boss on just yet, but to be fair, not that bad. Yeah, really, really good, actually. Alright, so this is probably consistent, but to be fair, the team I was using actually weren't too bad. Purgatory Barn, if you get good RNG, can clear the bosses, or like the first phase, within like 1 or 2 turns. Considering right now we have rank up and crazy Escanor damage. Is it kill? They didn't kill, huh? That's too fair. Yeah, you know what? 1 turn 3 right now. You know what? The Barn team's not that bad, you know, that I'm thinking of it. It's obviously a little inconsistent, because you can probably do this every single turn or like every single run with this team right here. But the Barn team was doing alright, you know. So yeah, that took out 3 turns, which is obviously good. But like I said, for a free-to-play option for the Barn team, not too bad. Alright, so how much damage you do here with obviously the AoE card. So we're going to get the attack rate stat buff here. And then we're not going to get the rank up, but we should be alright here, I think. How much damage is Escanor do with the finger? And we didn't get tier 3, but to be fair, tier 2 and tier 1 should be alright, especially against Escanor. Yeah, he does it. So easy, so easy. But like I said, if you don't have Escanor, then I think Denzel is a good substitute, because you can kind of do what he does, but in a different way, right? Because you can still clear in 1 turn. Obviously, his team is better, but you got to have Kitsuna and you got to have Escanor. You know what? He looks sick in that actual background with like the lighting. But there we go, boys. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hopefully, this did help out if you are a new player or free to play. You didn't get the collab heroes like obviously Kitsuna. You didn't get Ultimate Escanor, which I don't know why you didn't get Ultimate Escanor. But yeah, boys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.